on my mind. But this is gonna take the journey. I'll take the journey. It was did it this year. I started this. I believe it was something like January 26th. A full 5 months in, almost months, getting close. And I've learned a lot. Thank y'all. And before we share some, subscribe, and the bell, if you don't mind so much. But I've learned a lot doing this in this short amount of time. What have I learned a lot about? Myself. I've learned a lot about me. I've learned a lot about others. You know, I always had my idea of how the world works or worked and the people in it. Everybody plays their part of their role. I understand it a lot better now. I understand that the majority of the people, I mean, I already knew this, but I've actually found it out. I've experienced it now. Majority of the people are followers, armchair, whatever's. You know, they're not going to get out of the couch, get off the couch, and do anything. You know, sit in a chair with a remote. That's about it. It's their extent of it, and they're programmed to wake up, go to work for somebody, come home, sit on the couch, and do it all over again, at least 5 days a week. I've learned myself in that environment, which sometimes I share with y'all. A lot of people didn't grow up in an environment like that. So there are a lot of shows right now I'm thinking about that I could do. Doing it. Do this all day. Uh, I can't because I do have things I have to do. Of course, I have never monetized any of my. I'm not at the point where I think I can. You have to have so many viewers or views, so many minutes of listeners or hours of listenership. You know, all the criteria. I probably don't meet it yet, and I haven't tried yet. I haven't posted any links to my social media or anything like that because I'm not on any. I'm on Facebook, but I'm never on there. Um, I haven't done any crowdfunding. I haven't posted anything like PayPal or for donations because I mean, if this were a source of some type of income, I could do other things. I could maybe upgrade, you know, a camera or lighting, or you know, maybe it'll buy more time for me to stay away from doing other things. Do this more to bring you the information. You know, this is for me, but it's more for us. So when I asked y'all to take the journey, I hope all y'all came along. I've changed. A lot of things for me have changed. A lot of things in my life, unbeknownst to me, you know, one of my favorite words I love to use. But, you know, there have been some things I've been purposely trying to do, intentionally trying to do, and hasn't come to bear fruit yet. But other things just fell in place, seems like on accident. But I don't believe in coincidences or accidents or luck. So the time for those things were just right. So what I want to do is I want to people to more leaders, more thinkers, doers. People I can't talk to, but I know what their answer is going to be because I know how they've been programmed. I won't say taught because they haven't been taught. They don't think, they just parrot. Gerald Salente said his daddy used to call him Papagala, Papagala. I don't even speak Italian. But according to Gerald, Papagala is just being parrot. And that's the majority of people out here. You know, whatever, I could look at the news and whatever the narrative, whatever the little explanation they give, and ask 100 people, you know, what's going on a particular subject, you know, the same subject that they did on the news, and guess what? You're going to hear that same answer. Papagala, Papagala. It's like, come on, man. But anyway, what's changed with me? The way I think, the way I do business, the way I view relationships, my study of myself, my personality, my attributes, some of my weaknesses, my strengths. Um, every day is the way it is. They live with it now. You can change everything. You can change anything, and that's changing. You know, my wardrobe has changed. A lot of the people that I know have changed. The people that I befriend or who befriend me. The places I've been. Some of my things I used to do for entertainment, or for fun, recreation. A lot of things have changed in a short amount of time. I'm freeing myself. They say, free your mind and your ass will follow. It's definitely true, man. It's true. You know, I used to put limits on it. I don't put limits on it anymore. You know, and steady listening to motivational guys. There's more than one of them. I know Grant Cardone doesn't like that. He lets you only listen to one person. Nah. Listen to the rainbow of them and take out, bring one of them and that fits in your life and use it for yourself. So we can get to the next level. So we can get there together. You know, I love multi-billion-dollar corporation, multi-trillion-dollar multinational corporation, conglomerate. And that's how you have to think. You can't be like, I can't. Or you know, you have to remove all the restraints. Like Robert Kiyosaki used to say, don't say, I can't afford it. The question is, how can I afford it? You have to think of a solution. You know what I'm saying? It's a conversation that me and TK had a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. He read a lot into what I was saying, but he was right. But I'm sure he probably knew some things, but it's all about solutions, man. It's all about solutions. And where I come from, you know, the solutions a lot of times didn't involve words. See what I mean? It was all action. So I'm a man of action. But now, finesse. And, you know, and I've never been a finesse type guy because, like I said before, I grew up in a tough place. Me being easygoing, nice looking, having a mom and a dad, and you know, family and morals. You know, believing in God, like I said, not just believing, but not just a hearer, but a doer. Then the bullies or the people in that area may mistake you for being soft or weak or friendly. Remember we talked about friendly? That's the worst. Where I come from, you never want to be mistaken as being friendly. But how are you going to do business with anybody that you don't know if you're not friendly? Unless it's some street stuff where, you know, where it's probably right now to be friendly. So yeah, I feel free. It's a burden lifted. You know, take the journey. I'm glad I did it. All the videos you see, I'm glad I did them. I have to say this though. Rest in peace to Zach, man. Zach TV. He was killed the other day, man, in Chicago. He was I keep hearing the first vlogger on YouTube doing this right here. Except he reported, like my Chris P. He was reporting stuff like that. What's going on in the streets. He interviewed a lot of guys who I had never heard of here in Texas. Really, I'm gonna tell you the truth though. To me, Say Cheese put a lot of them on, and then watching the academics, he did none of them. You know what I'm saying? Never heard of none of them. Kanye, I had heard of Kanye, and Twista, and Crucial Conflict, and Pope Pimpin' Do or Die. That was it. Out of all my life, as far as rap, that's all I had heard of. Oh, and Common. Rest in peace to Zach TV, man. He was killed from just searching on the internet, different sites and stuff. And most people was rocking with him, man. There is a group of guys who was like, F Zach. He was messing with the ops. So in other words, he interviewed a rival gang member, and I don't know if these guys did it or not, but they saying F Zach. The only people I've seen out of Chicago, most of everybody else rocking with the guy, saying rest in peace, Zach, and never be forgotten, and all this here. So I can relate, man. When I did the Chris P, the beef between Chris P, rest in peace, Chris P, and some guys out of Baton Rouge, and TGE 22 Savage to be exact. I got some threats in there, People were mad at me. I didn't blame anybody. I didn't say this person did it, that person did it. I just was reporting what was already reported. Maybe you hadn't seen it. But all these clips I'm talking about, they're on YouTube. Still to this day, you can go look and see. And I can see that Zach was in the trenches with these guys. Like I'm not in San Antonio and I'm not in Baton Rouge. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not to say, oh, I'm safe because I ain't by these guys or they not by me. But it is to say that it would probably be worse if the guys you're reporting on were a few blocks away from you. And if they got mad at you, they can come do something. They say Zach had a gun all the time, but the gun doesn't guarantee your safety, especially if you don't see what happened. So I saw what happened with Zach. That's on YouTube as well. He was driving, and I didn't see the car crash, but somebody shot through the car. He sneaked in. Then you see two guys jump in another car and burn off in downtown Chicago. I don't think it's downtown Chicago. I don't know. To be honest, Chicago is a city that I've never been to. I've been to Illinois, all over Illinois, but never been to Chicago. And rest in peace, Zach. But this is not about that. This is about taking a journey. But I'm just saying that this is therapy to me, man. And I realized that I may have been suffering from PTSD, ghetto PTSD, from where I come from, man. From seeing stuff like what happened to Zach. Just growing up around that type of stuff. And I'm here in Texas, North Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth area. Yeah, just the violence, just the lack of everything, lack of money, lack of food, lack of education, lack of resources, lack of jobs, lack of this. Only thing when the lack of is violence and crime. Ain't no lack of that. Lack of gangs, violence. No lack of that. No lack of shootings, killings, and murders, and a lack of that. But when you normalize those type of things, you'll be like, oh yeah, it comes, and it's easy to snap, it's easy to pop off. Road rage is probably much worse where the people are already stressed out, you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm taking the journey. I hope you're taking it with me. Hopefully you're going to see some big things here shortly, because I may even start purchasing suits, during the time I'm saying I'm going to start taking the journey. I start purchasing suits. I had a few already, but now I have maybe even a month's worth. You know what I mean? Something like 30 suits, close. That's a lot. These aren't cheap. But yeah, I'm gonna get back out there, man, in a lot of different ways because I realize, this chick, this little chick I know, she said I was antisocial. You know, she's probably right. You know, one of my exes, told me years ago she used to call me Mystery Man. Yeah, Mystery Man, right? Like I was Jason Bourne or somebody, which I might be. I didn't know it then, but hey man, my own brother. I guess it's been, I don't remember when, but something clicked in my head when he said it. Maybe about within the last 3 years. Yeah, definitely within the last 3 years. He said I was a mystery. He said he don't know. I could be there. Nobody really knows. Really? Thought about it. It's true. Because I grew up in a neighborhood where most of the people around you were in the streets. You know what I mean? Getting street money, street entrepreneurs, doing whatever they had to do. Secret plays a big part of that. You're not going to be able to hang around these guys if you're running your mouth all the time. So, these guys do something. If they tell you about it, they expect it to stop right there. You know what I mean? You can't be going gossiping. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of things that goes on in the streets carries consequences behind it. You know what I'm saying? Either life or death, or incarceration, who knows what. But I feel I'm feeling more free now. I'm feeling more open. I'm not saying comfortable. I don't know everything. I've come to some new conclusions. Like I was saying, I'm putting some feet to my faith, some actions to the words. One thing I used to always be able to imagine myself, visualization, grandeur, some of the circumstances that got to me, to where those dreams got beaten to submission, got beat into walls to where I was negative about it. I was like, I won't, this ain't going. I don't, I'm shaking it. I'm going back to where I was, I can. I think I can. I think I can. I know I think I can. I know I can. And they ain't that. It's I will. Lord willing. Inshallah. But yes. So take the journey with me. You're taking baby steps right now, but I plan on taking some big steps because I don't have any fear. The thing about it, I was born with no fear. That's one thing about it. I think I was with some guys the other day talking about the past and some guys in the past. Man, if you see a bunch of people that I know, enjoy myself for hours and say only a couple of words because I just don't do a lot of talking. I never have. I'm quiet. That's why these guys, right? So they start talking about the past. You know how it is when the guys get together. Everybody want to brag and boast. I was the first. I was doing the most. I'm this, I'm so-and-so, I'm this, I'm that. Well, apparently these guys didn't go far enough back, didn't realize how far a lot of things. So they were trying to well, no. No, that's how because I know these people personally. And the eyes got paid to shut them down. Because I've been in people's presence, not presence, and some of these guys let you in their presence. You see what I'm saying? They will. You'd be surprised. Some of the people I've met. I mean, honestly, I'm one of the guys. You might mess around and see me with a politician. You might see me with the president of the United States. Don't be surprised. And then you may turn around and see me with preachers, with mega churches, or with a small church congregation. And then you may turn around and see me with all kind of actors and rappers, singers, time, And then they be looking at me like, who is this guy? Then you may mess around and see me with a bunch of gangsters, thugs, criminals, killers, drug dealers, whores. Who is this guy? You may see me with all kind of businessmen, and, nerds. Yeah, nerds who, IQ 165 and up. Then you may see me with people who don't like this, Baby Hewitt, drop out of school. It's because when I say I'm a people person, I judge people by the content of their character. You see, but you can't judge a book by its cover. At least not this book, and at least not by this cover. You see what I'm saying? But we'll get more into that later as we go further into the journey. I thank God that I've gotten this far. He's allowed me to see this. So many things have changed for me, and I hope it's changing for you. And I'm gonna, when I find out stuff, I'm not a greedy, selfish person. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say the game is to be sold, not to be told. Well, if I learn it, hang around me and I'll teach you how to fish. Instead of just giving you a fish, I ain't gonna sell it to you. I'm gonna show you how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully people will show me that's how we go.